It is now time for me to extend a very warm welcome to our guest of honor, somebody who has been working for over 3 decades when it comes to Labor Department. Ladies and gentlemen, she is one who from the very start of her career believed in social work. She worked with an NGO called Sri Mukti Sangram and is known for her social work, especially when it comes to empowerment of women. She has been working with various holistic approach to help workers as well as industry people. She has, in her work in the last 3 decades, rescued hundreds and thousands of child labor, is a speaker when it comes to labor laws, and has trained more than 500 paralegal volunteers with District Legal Aid Society. She does workshops very often to make sure that she takes the trade and labor very ahead. May I request all of you to please put your hands together as I request our guest of honor to please join us on stage and address this august gathering. Please welcome Smt Shirin Lokhande, Additional Commissioner, Konkan Division and Joint Labour Commissioner, Mathadi Division, Department of Labour, Government of Maharashtra. A round of applause as I request ma'am to please join us on stage and address all of you.
It's very nice to see you all over here. I think I'm much more louder and you can hear me. And this is my department, Labor Department. Today actually they wanted me to speak on some other subject. My commissioner, Mr. Suresh Yadav, he couldn't come. So immediately I responded, yes, I will come. But to see all of you after such a long 2 years of tenure, come live and had a talk with you, it's really very pleasure for me. And just now all the dignitaries, what they were sharing, it was a real-time experiences, what we also had in that period of COVID. Our whole department was also on their toes for the whole time. We were trying to help all the employees or those from the other states, how they can reach to their destinations. And we were so much busy in that work, and so many HR field people also help us in that to do many kind of charities and to help those interstate migrant workers also. So it's really very enjoyable today, this session, what is going on. And instead of going online, we all are here in real. It's a really good thing. I would just like to take a few minutes to just show you that what the things are going on. Right now you all are hearing about ease of doing business. This is a key word today. So regarding that, what the government would like to go ahead with changing some policies, at least in labor laws field. So that is we are already in, just because of few hurdles, some things are pending at their end, but at least the procedure is really started. And the most important thing in that is the codification of labor laws. So around 29 labor laws are there, which are going to be codified into 4 codes. And the government is really trying hard that how we can consolidate all those provisions of the different labor laws and how practically we can make it applicable in field. So I'll just give you a brief skeleton of this, what is going to be ahead. And it is mostly related to the HR field. So right now IR is merged in HR, that I can say. So this will be a very much interesting part from your side also to get to know that what is actually going to happen. It is already in pipeline. At any moment this can be happen, because all this codification at the central level is already done. It is already on. Just for making of rules at state level, it is pending somewhere. And we have already asking for suggestions and objections from all the trade union and the HR field. But unfortunately, I didn't found a good response from your side. I don't know why. Maybe you people are not knowing about it, or it is already there online. We were when declaring the rules, the state rules and the central rules, always we give the 45 days of time for suggestions and objections. But only the trade unions people have responded, and HR fraternity, I don't know, they didn't even know that how to go ahead with it, or they were not interested. I don't know the reasons. So I thought, let me take a chance at least to let you know people that where we are going to stand in this upcoming next, maybe in few months also, or maybe in a year. So this is just a basic data what I can show to you. So you have an idea that what is going to be there in future, okay? So this is the background of these 4 labor codes, how it had come. So this second Labour Commission, National Labour Commission, in 2002 only, they have given some suggestions to the nation that around 29 labour codes should be codified into these 4 codes. So which are these 4 codes? The Code on Industrial Relations, Code on Wages, Code on Social Security, and the Code on Occupational Safety, Health and Working Conditions. And these all 4 codes have got an assent from the central government, and these are the dates. The second one is the dates of the rules which has been published by the central government, and the last is the state of Maharashtra have already declared these rules. These are the draft rules. The first was on IR, that was on 3rd December of 2021. That is a more conflicting thing going to be. Then the wage code. Wage code may be rolled out soon because it has got a lot of consents from all the sort of group of peoples. Then the third one is the Social Security, that also have been published in state on 27th of August 21. And the latest one is for OSH code. So this OSH code's rules in Maharashtra, we have done a very unique thing that we have done 2 sets of it. One will be for dish, that is a factory department, and the remaining will be with the labor. So what is there in this first code, which is industrial relation code? So these will be the 3 acts which will be compiled in the first one. That is Industrial Dispute Act, Industrial Employment Standing Orders, and the Trade Union Act. Then the second will be the Code on Wages. It will contain these 4 acts: minimum wages, payment of bonus, and equal remunerations. Then the next one is the Social Security codes. This is a quite big code, and this will include all your platform and gig employees also. So this is a very important one, and this will include all these 9 acts. So most of the things is employees compensation, state insurance, PF, then employment exchange, maternity benefit, payment of gratuity, senior workers, building construction, and the most is the unorganized workers. The next one, this is the last one, is OSH code. This will be having a lot of acts in it. Those are almost 13 acts, okay. So this will be the biggest one, and it is having a lot of subjects in it. You can just have a look on that. The Factories Act, we are keeping it a separate rules, at least for Maharashtra, and for other rules will be including all these things. We are excluding the mines because that will be with the central government only. So for state, we are not having the rules for that. Then the contract labor, interstate migrant workers. So there will be no separate Interstate Migrant Workers Act now. It will be included in the contract labor definition itself. For senior workers also, there were not so many things. So right now we are having all the provisions in this act for them. Then BD and SIGA works, building and other construction. This plantation workers is also again in central act, so we are not including it in our rules. There is a big, I can say, an adverse effect on the Working Journalists Act. Most of the provisions of it has been just set down. Mainly the wages board was there, and it has no more in this act. So that will be having a very adverse effect as far as employees are concerned in a working journalist. Then the Dock Act, that is also with the central government. Motor transport, sales promotion. These are the few acts what you can see. And I think this 29 acts, codifying into 4 acts, will definitely add on to the ease of doing business, but as well as it will have some practical difficulties for the different departments to act on. Because right now each and every act has to be handled by some other department, like ESIC, they have their own machinery, PF, they have their own machinery, skill development department was having their own machinery. So they will be at a very stake that how they will practically going to implement all their provisions. And for that, I think the OSH code is the right example, for which we have taken a very practical approach that let us have Kamgar as a different and Karkhana as a different. So labor and a factory, these will be the two separate codes as far as OSH code is concerned. So this is whatever I can add to your knowledge I have shared with you. This is a very vast subject, as you know. If you want to have a discussion on these 4 codes, it will take at least 2-3 days or so for that. My only request is to that, this is the last one, this OSH code. These draft rules have been published in the month of August. So their 45 days is going to complete on 1st of September. So I think if you people can contribute your suggestions on that, it is already there on our website of Mahakamgar. And if anybody is really interested, even you can send it to the Labour Commissionerate office. It is at BKC, Bandra Kurla Complex, Kamgar Bhavan. So I would like to have your contribution also on those rules which we have already published. And thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to come over here. I really congratulate all of you who are here and to be a part of this beautiful program. Thank you.